Hey guys, Kier here coming to you live for our weekly message where I want to talk about how you can raise your productivity by simply getting back to work and life. And when I say back, I mean getting back to a new normal, right? This new way of kind of post-COVID, post-lockdown world that we're all trying to adjust to. But there is a level of normalcy. There is something to expect and look forward to that has a semblance of at least what life was prior to this whole pandemic, right, of 2020. So I'm really excited personally because we're getting our teams back into the office very soon. We're taking out new office space. We're talking about ways to, go from remote back into a hybrid model, eventually back into full-time in the office. And I think what's exciting about that most for a lot of people, especially ambitious people, is the interaction, the face-to-face, the collaboration, the creativity, the things that you can accomplish together where it's really difficult, even with the best technology and the best Zoom into camera tech that we have now for meetings remotely, it's still not the same. It's just not quite the same effect, bottom line. So I'm really excited about that and why I think we can increase our productivity by simply getting back to the office and getting back to life, at least like we once knew it, is that it's going to allow us to be more intentional about the communication, the project collaboration, the work we do together. And it's going to have a level of connectedness and I think togetherness that we've been lacking, over this last year, that I think a lot of teams, employees, and people have missed and have not had. It's really hard to be able to create and foster that environment, that culture, when you're doing it through a screen, to build that rapport, that trust, that camaraderie, and to really enhance the output, right, that teams create together. It's that thing that's hard to define, the synergistic element, that thing which it's really difficult to put words to and to fully define. But when you bring teams together, when you bring talented people together, that's what happens, right? It's that idea that the sum of the parts is greater than the individual components. And I think that's been hard to achieve when we've been doing world and business and life remote over the last year. So I'm really excited about getting back into the office. I'm also excited about what that's going to lead to, meaning how are things going to change about how we do work and live now that we're starting to get back to a hybrid and then eventually a back in office model. Now, a lot of companies and a lot of organizations are saying that you can work remote indefinitely, especially a lot of the tech companies. But I think a lot of leaders and managers are really yearning and really hoping and striving and putting plans into place now to get their employees back into the office. And I think this is good because I think sometimes we get a little complacent. I think sometimes we don't get as motivated. I think sometimes we don't necessarily have the output and the productivity. Again, this varies by individual. But I think as a whole, it's hard to have that when we're working from home. In the office here that you've seen a lot of with my videos here, that's the home office, because there's something to be said for getting up, having your personal routine, and then going to the office, then putting the work hat on, focusing in that channel, that silo, that lane, and then at the end of the day, kind of leaving some of that behind. Although as an entrepreneur and a business owner, you probably know if you are one, you never really leave it behind. You don't just turn off at 5. I'm constantly working or thinking about work in some capacity really throughout the day, every day, in almost every hour. But I've done a better job at turning off a little bit here and there, taking some time. But that's what I want to share with you. I'm excited to get back in the office. I'm excited to get my teams back together. I'm excited about what that energy, that connectedness, and that collaboration is going to lead to. Probably some great breakthroughs, some creative projects, and other things. And I hope you are too. So those are some ways that we're focused on raising our productivity by just getting back to work and life as we once knew it. So as always, to your success, your happiness, and your freedom, stay safe, stay healthy. Hopefully your transition back into office life is going to go smoothly and will help foster and support your productivity, your results, your effectiveness as a colleague, as a team member, and as a leader in your own right. We'll talk to you soon.